Come out with a win. Personally, I have no idea who's going to get the win here between these two teams, but we're going to see who's going to be the better one. Team Green, of course, barely missing out on beating Flu Esports Pink last week, losing to them in Game 5, and already Team Gold had a sweep last week and are looking strong. Look at this here from Cosmic. Pops the ball off the side wall. Just looks for the immediate shot. Cyanide couldn't get up to the ball, and there we go. Cosmic getting the first goal on the board. Here we go. Already 7 seconds in, and Team Green are going to have to fight back from a 1-goal deficit. Ball over to the midfield line, over to S. Here is Swept into the air, looks for the shot. It's going to be saved away by Taz. Now over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth flicks the ball on target. It's going to be saved away by Zaru. Over to Cosmic. Cosmic pinches the ball down the field. Now it's over to Cyanide. Cyanide trying to maintain possession, looks at the lost 50-50, ends up getting past Taz, but Taz is in position still. Ball back out to the backboard. S-Dot looks at the follow-up, and now S-Dot will try and clear the ball away. Sorry, Taz will clear the ball away. Tazaro looking for the shot, looking for the follow-up, isn't able to get it. This is Taz's first time in main league since Season 4. He, of course, was on the best academy team in Season 5, playing with the likes of Clarky and Loki. Of course, Clarky now on Team Blue, going to Game 5 against Team White last week. And Tazaro is now going to be playing on his own team now to try and see how well he can do at the beginning of this season. However, the ball's going to be almost on target there. Tazaro taking his time, looking for possession, wins the 50-50 past one. Ball's going to get hit towards the backboard. Bluetooth looking for the possession, isn't able to get it. It's going to be Cosmic, pass the ball over to the side wall. Zaru looking to hit the ball to the backboard. The ball's into the air. Double commit from Team Green, and Team Gold not letting go of this pressure. However, unlike Team Aqua last week, Team Green are actually keeping it to a 1-goal game. Their defense is looking very strong at this moment in time, but here comes Cosmic, ends up getting beat out by Cyanide. Bluetooth. Looking for a pass out mid. Tazaro ends up being a little too far away to support, but Taz looks for the shot. It's going to be away, and it's going to be over to Cyanide once more. Bluetooth over to Zaru. Zaru down the field over to Cosmic. Cosmic over to Tazzy Wazzy of the Zazzy Wazzies. Puts the ball over to the side wall. Isn't able to get back to it. Taz looking for the pass back to Bluetooth. They end up hitting the ball mid. Cyanide tries to pass it down to Bluetooth. Bluetooth looks for the shot on target. Cyanide makes it awkward for the other team, but Team Gold still only with a 1-goal lead. Cosmic looking for possession, is able to get it past one, ends up looking for the pass, and it's going to be cleared across. Bluetooth looks for the pass over to Cyanide, isn't able to get back to it, and it's now going to be over to Swept to try and clear the ball out to the midfield line. He gets the ball past Taz, but he isn't able to get it past Bluetooth. Zaru's there to support his team. Swept gets the demo in net. Bluetooth looking for the follow-up. It's going to be cleared away, and it's going to be over now to Cosmic trying to maintain possession. Ball gets passed out mid. Zaru looks for the demo. Swept looks for the hit off the sidewall. Looks for a pass mid. Isn't able to get back to it. Team Green have a chance to take possession there. Taz not phased by the fake of Swept. Now it's going to be over to Cosmic. Cosmic ends up accidentally passing it to Taz. Taz isn't able to get the goal. Goes off the crossbar. Taz still looking for his first goal in main league, but Cyanide will end up tying up the game here for Team Green. Look at that right there from Taz, almost getting his first goal in main league, just isn't able to get quite to it. And it's going to be now back to Cyanide to see if he can try and keep his team in the game. Season 13 GC, so grateful that he's not using the red GC tags, because, chat, this is where I'm going to have to for your guys' opinion. Personally, I think the GC tags that are the red ones are horrible to look at, and I wish, like, red is fine, but they got to find a different color red, in my opinion. But now it's going to be back over to Zaru. Zaru to the backboard. Isn't able to follow it up. That's going to be a miss there from Taz. Last second chance there for Bluetooth. He does clear the ball away. Still tied 1-1. Team Gold looks for the launch down the field. Over to Tazzy Wazzy. The Zazzy Wazzy ends up losing the ball over to the backboard. Now, back over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth launches the ball down the field over to Cyanide. Cyanide looking for a second goal. Isn't able to get back to it. Now back to the side wall. Back over to Cosmic. Swept ends up taking it from him. Bluetooth launches the ball forward over to Zaru. Zaru over to Cosmic. Cosmic back down to himself, but it's going to be Cyanide. Cyanide ends up getting completely dunked on. Ball out to the midfield line, and Cosmic will get the goal as it bounces awkwardly off the post there. Team Green in an unfortunate set of situations. As you can see, Taz ends up having to try and read the ball after his teammate gets dunked. But now with a minute left on the clock, Team Gold are back up by 1. Taz on kickoff, ends up losing the ball to the back right. Ball now back over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth ends up getting bumped by Cosmic, and back to Zaru. Double commit on the side of the field for Team Green. Taz ends up getting red, and Bluetooth will try to clear the ball away. Ball pinches out. Now over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth down the field. Over to Cyanide. Cyanide ends up not being able to follow his own touch. Bluetooth, though, third man, ends up being on low boost. Tries to take possession. Loses the 50-50 back to Taz. Now, ball back over to Cosmic. Cosmic isn't able to get back to it. It's going to be over, and it's going to be saved away at the last second by Taz. Taz stepping up on the goal line. Back over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth now tries to 50 the ball over across. Now back over to Swep. Swep tries to pass the ball back. It's going to be shot off target there, and Cyanide will clear it away. Swep trying to maintain possession now in the back corner. Isn't able to get the ball past one of the defenders, and the ball's going to bounce down mid. Back over to Taz. Taz off the side wall. Zaru looks for the pass off the backboard. 20 seconds left here for Team Green. Try and tie it up. Swep launches the ball off the backboard. Now over to Cosmic. Cosmic looking for the follow-up. Isn't able to get the touch he wants. Bluetooth will get a 50-50, and he's managed to redeem himself a Savior medal. Ball will launch down the field. Team Green, last check, second chance to be able to get the ball. Ball bounces out mid. Bluetooth looks for the shot. Isn't able to get it. No follow-up from Team Green. Ball still in the air, though. Bluetooth tries to keep it up. Ball still in the air once more. Into corner. Here comes Cyanide. Cyanide looking to hit the ball down. Bluetooth keeps the ball up. Taz has the chance to keep the ball up once more. Still in the air here at 0 seconds. Ball back over now. Ball still in the air. The ball has not touched the ground. Once the ball touches the ground, the game is over. Swep fakes. And a kickoff between these two teams. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's see who's going to get the win this time. Will Team Gold go to series point, or will we see Team Green fight back and tie it up? Bluetooth taking possession, looking for the Doomsday dish. It's going to be saved away. Ball now back over to the corner. Back over to Swep. Swep back to Zaru. The ball's going to that's going to be Cyanide getting a demo on Zaru. Team Green trying to maintain possession out of their own corner. Bluetooth passes the ball down to Taz. Taz isn't able to get to the ball first. Bluetooth, though, manages to hit the ball over into the corner. Bluetooth looking for the follow. Isn't able to get back to it. It's now going to be over to Swep. Swep over to Cosmic. Cosmic ends up getting the beat past one. Looking for the follow-up is Zaru. Pass the ball off the backboard over to Cyanide. Cyanide now back to Cosmic. Cosmic tries to pass the ball back to Zaru. Zaru pops the ball forward. Cyanide isn't able to get back to it. Over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth passes the ball down the field to Cyanide. Now playing on the dominance. Almost gets a shot on target. But now it's going to be in the hands of Swep trying to hit the ball out to offense. Taz into the air. Ends up hitting the ball back to his own side of the field. Ball back over to Zaru. Zaru gets the beat on Cyanide. Cyanide pulling a panda. Isn't able to get Taz pulling a panda. End up hitting it back to his own side of the field, leaving Cyanide in an awkward situation. 1-0 now. Team Gold once again. And if you guys are new to Havoc, what's known as pulling a panda is when you are last man back and somehow launch the ball over your teammates towards your own net. Sometimes it actually works out, but in that case it did not, and Cyanide ended up getting scored on first. Bluetooth looks for a flip reset, and that's going to be a tied game right off the kickoff. Bluetooth stepping up here for Team Green. Look at that shot there. Just flicks it over to the back left corner there for Team Green. No one on the defense was ready for it, and we're back to a tied game. Bluetooth trying to maintain possession. Be now into the hands of Taz. Taz over to the side wall. Looking for a pass. Mid isn't able to get to it. It's going to be over to Zaru. Swep into the air. Ends up pulling a panda himself. Bluetooth might be able to capitalize on this. Isn't able to get back to it. Now back over to Cosmic. Cosmic looks at the flick. It's going to be on target, and he actually gets the dunk, but it's not going to be on target this time as it's off the crossbar. Team Gold still trying to maintain pressure. Over to Swep now. Swep gets the beat on one. Ends up being out of boost, though, and it's going to be up to Cosmic. Cosmic gets the ball off the backboard. Looking for the follow-up here is Zaru. Off the backboard once more, and Taz is going to beat them to the ball. Cosmic into the air, pops the ball forward. Back over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth ends up putting the ball on target, and Team Green once again go up by one. This is what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen, as Team Green are trying to step up and show that they can still win not only a game in the series, but the series. But of course, they do got to get that first win on the way. Team Gold, our very solid team, is not going to take 2 goals just to try and beat them. You're going to have very stellar defense, or you're going to have a lot of goals on offense. As we saw last week, Team Aqua were able to score goals, just weren't able to defend against Team Gold. And let's see if Team Green can do something different. Cyanide, back over to Swep. Swep now, over to Taz. Taz trying to maintain possession, isn't able to get back to it. Over to Zaru. Zaru back over to Cyanide. Cyanide now trying to maintain possession. Looks for the launch the ball down the field. And Swep, though, pass the ball mid to Cosmic. Cosmic has a chance to pass it mid. Now over to Zaru. Zaru looks for the shot on target, gets the dunk. But Team Green are still in a very solid place to try and make sure the ball doesn't go in the back of their net. Cyanide flicks the ball past one. Now over to Cosmic. Cosmic looking for the follow-up, isn't able to get it. Now he's going to get the ball past 2. Cosmic looks at the pass mid, but Bluetooth is going to get back just in the nick of time. Over to Swept now. Swept loses the 50-50 over to Cosmic. Cosmic trying to maintain possession. Over to Bluetooth, isn't able to get back to it. Now back over to Zaru. Zaru gets the ball past 1. Over to Swept. Swept gets dunked on by Taz. It's going to be up to Bluetooth to get the ball on offense, but it's going to be a demo. Cyanide ends up getting a very poor touch, but he gets to the ball first. Taz looking for the pre-flip shot, isn't able to get to it. Now it's going to be a 2-on-1. Zaru off the backboard looking for the double tap. It's going to be saved away by Cyanide, giving him the savior medal as well. And now it's going to be over to Taz, taking possession down the field. Goes for a low 50, gets it over 1, can't get it past Cosmic. Bluetooth has a chance here to double, looking for the shot, isn't able to get it on target, and ends up being a pass down. But Taz's third man ends up pushing up a little too far. Taz ends up looking for the follow-up. Now back over to Cyanide. Cyanide ends up getting beat by himself, isn't able to get to the ball. Now over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth gets the ball over 1. All his team still on the back foot. Ball bounces out to the corner. Swep has an empty net, and it's going to be a save by Taz. Taz, the production man himself, showing that he's not just production. He can also do things when it matters most. Bluetooth looking for a shot of his own, and that's going to be a hat trick. Bluetooth managing to take the lead now 2-1 in the series, pretty much single-handedly. Look at that pass over to Bluetooth, and that's going to be an amazing shot on target, and no one on that team is able to follow it up. Here we go, a minute left on the clock. Team Gold still have potential to come back in this game. However, it looks like very unlikely as Bluetooth looking for a 4th goal. It's going to be saved away by Cosmic at the last second, but the pressure right now for Team Green is something that we are going to continue to have to see be consistent if they do want to do well in the series. Bluetooth looking for a double off the corner. Zaru pops the ball down the field over to Swept. Swept hits the ball off the backboard over to Zaru. Zaru off the backboard once more. It's going to be over to Bluetooth. Ball over to Swept. Swept tries to flick the ball over 1. Back over to Swept once more. Isn't able to get back to it. 50's out mid. Now over to Taz. Taz gets the beat past 1. Taz onto the ceiling, looking to get his first goal still. Taz has still not scored a single goal in the main league play just yet. He hasn't scored since Season 4. So it's going to be, but once he gets that first goal, who knows how much of the floodgates will open. Now over to Zaru. Looking for the follow-up. Taz will clear the ball down the field. And looks like Team Green, unless Team Gold can pull off a miracle, are going to get a tying win in this series. Of course, last week we saw a million Game 5s, but this week we might potentially see a million Game 4s. It looks like to be the better team tonight. Here we go. Back over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth now back to Taz. Taz trying to take possession. It's going to be back over to Zaru. Zaru isn't able to get back to the ball. Cyanide. Over to Swept. Swept looking for the follow-up. Ends up passing the ball back to Cosmic. Cosmic over to Zaru. Zaru looks for the shot. It's going to be saved away by Bluetooth once more. Bluetooth definitely not doing as much for his team as Pixar did in the game number 1. And series number 2, excuse me. But they're still doing very solidly. Taz looks for the pass down to Cyanide. Cyanide ends up getting beat by Zaru. Zaru looks for the pass out mid. Gets the ball over 1. It's going to bounce out mid. Isn't able to get saved away. And now it's going to be over to Cosmic. Cosmic taking his time on low boost. Looks for the Cuxer pinch. Isn't able to get it on target, though. And it's going to be over now to Zaru once more to put the ball to the backboard. Bluetooth on the backboard. Pass the ball out to the side wall. Now back to Cosmic. Cosmic into the air. Looking for the follow-up. Isn't able to get back to it. It's going to be now back to Swept. Swept over to Cosmic. Cosmic ends up having to leave it. Ball's going to be off the backboard. And now, back once more, Cosmic, switching over to the Fennec. Did not feel comfortable on the Octane. Now it's going to be over to Swept. Swept down to Tazzy Wazzy, the Zazzy Wazzies, who's now going to take possession. Looks for a low 50-50, but Zaru does manage to barely get a touch on it. Now over to Bluetooth. Over to Taz. Taz looking for a shot, isn't able to get the ball on target. Now back to Swept. Swept trying to get the ball past Cyanide, isn't able to do so, and Team Green still looking to try and go up in this series. Bluetooth. Back over to Taz. Taz, down over to Cyanide. Team Gold still looking to try and get a win here. Try to get a win back in this series, excuse me. I do believe that if Team Gold, even if Team Gold would go to Game 5 here, no other team is able to catch them up in the series. So Team Gold, as long as they win this series, can still be first in the standings by the end of Week 2. However, it's a matter of if they can win it and also do it in a good fashion. However, Team Gold are going to get the first goal on the board once more. However, that hasn't been the deciding factor in the series. Of course, they did score first in game number 2, and they ended up losing 3-1. Of course, it was off the back of Bluetooth, but now it's going to be over to Taz to try and step up for his team. Ball now down to Cosmic. Cosmic looking for a shot of his own. Now over to Cyanide. Cyanide trying to maintain possession. Looking past, try to get it past Swept, isn't able to do so. Over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth back to Cosmic. Cosmic now ends up not being able to get the block, and it's going to be over to Swept. Swept looking to take possession, ends up getting beat out by Cyanide. Cyanide looking for the follow-up, ends up not being able to get possession off of the clear from Team Gold. Swept loses the 50 over to Cosmic, but Cyanide should be able to turn on this. Ends up getting beat by Cosmic. Cosmic isn't able to get it past Taz, though, and Zaru passes the ball down the field, but looks like Cosmic did not have the boost nor the speed to be able to get to that ball. It's going to be up to Bluetooth to try and clear the ball away. One thing we do have to take note of here from Team Green is that they're playing a lot more solid compared to game number 1. They are losing once again. However, they're not double committing, and they're looking overall solid, as it looks like all the players are looking very comfortable. Bluetooth looking for the low 50-50. Ball bounces out mid. Cyanide tries to pop it up. Taz into the air as third man ends up getting completely dusted. Swept looking for the pinch down, and it goes into the back of the net. Team Gold up by 2. 2 minutes left on the clock. Team Green playing solid, but Team Gold are playing just that little bit better at this moment in time. I do want to thank once again S-Dot for rating us at the party of 6, but we got to keep moving forward. 2 minutes left on the clock, and both these teams, even though playing solid, Team Gold definitely looking like the stronger opponent. Cosmic over now to Taz. Taz tries to lose the 50-50, and now it's going to be back over to Bluetooth. Gets the save at the last second, and Cyanide will take possession. Back over to Taz. Taz down the field, tries to get the ball past Cosmic, does manage to do so. It's going to be over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth trying to pinch the ball forward, isn't able to do so. It's now going to be over to Cyanide. Cyanide passes the ball out mid. Taz has to cut back just to get the ball away from harm's way. And now it's going to be over to Bluetooth, looking for the follow-up shot. Isn't able to get the ball past Cosmic. Team Gold still holding strong. Taz into the air, ends up getting completely dunked on. Zaru not able to go for the double. Now it's going to be up to Swept. Swept ends up leaving the ball for the boost. Cosmic now down the field, looking for the follow-up. Saved away by Bluetooth. Over to Zaru. Zaru ends up launching the ball away. Minute left on the clock here, and Team Green have to try and score 2 goals by the end of this minute if they want to try and come back in this game. However, with how good the offense and pressure right now are from Team Gold, then who knows if Team Green are going to be able to do that unless we see another pop-off potential play from the likes of Team Purple. Sorry, from the likes of Team Green. Team Green's Bluetooth. Thank you to everybody who has been supporting the stream. It's been a pleasure casting for you guys tonight, but it's also a pleasure for you guys. It's also probably a pleasure for all these players here. Even though they are playing to improve, it's also a pleasure to know that they are playing in front of other people. So thank you everybody who has been watching at least one of the series, at least one of the games for tonight. Thank you guys so much. But now a ball's going to get bounced over to Taz. Taz launches the ball down the field over to Swept. Swept ends up looking for the bump, but Cyanide will put the ball in the back of the net, and Team Green still have potential to tie up in game number 3. Team Green, of course, last week playing against the likes of Flu Esports Pink, had the potential to win the series. However, due to a moderator call, the teams ended up leaving even after there was a disconnect between the two teams. The rules are that if a 2v3 does happen, then the game has to continue. However, due to the moderator call, Flu Esports Pink ended up lucking out and winning the next 2 series there. So Team Green maybe a little salty after last week. They definitely may be this week if they don't manage to get the win. Ball's kept up into the air. We saw how long the ball got kept up in game number 1, but Bluetooth can't keep it up, getting the win. Cosmic versus Bluetooth at this moment in time. Both players doing the solid for their team, trying to help them out get the win. We're not seeing entirely MVP performances out of either of them. Probably the best MVP performance for tonight was in Pixacar. Pixacar really stepping up for his team, doing more than even he's expected to do. Normally, Pixacar's expected to just play solid and do a good for his team, but Pixacar was single-handedly carrying Team White. And you know how hard it is to stand out on the best team in the league? It is very, very difficult, and that's pretty much why Team White have never had Pixacar be MVP, but Zaru will get the first goal on the board. Team Gold looking to try and win this in 4. But here we go. It looks like we got a first-time viewer in chat. Welcome, Jordan RL, to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Looks like we see a few people. Looks like that Cass voting for Team Green. We got Jakey's voting for Team Green. Eli saying that Gold have it. Who knows who's going to get this win here? Ball now back over to Swep. Swep isn't able to get back to it. Now back over to Cosmic. Cosmic looking for the shot. It's going to be wide. 4 minutes left on the clock. Still only a 1-goal lead. Swept trying to maintain possession of his own corner. Ends up giving it a little bit away to Cyanide. Cyanide off the backboard. Taz looking for his first goal. Looks for the shot. It's off the crossbar. And he isn't able to get back to it. Taz 1 inch away essentially from being able to get his first goal in season 6. Just isn't able to get back to it. Now, ball back over to Taz. Taz trying to maintain possession, looks for a pass, but his teammate ends up getting demoed. Bluetooth, last man back, does pop the ball up, but Zaru has a chance to put it on target. It's going to be off the backboard. Follow up from Cosmic. Cosmic ends up getting blocked out, and Taz ends up taking a 50-50 as third man, but Bluetooth is there just in the nick of time to clear the ball away. Ball back to Cosmic, looking for the shot. Right now, Team Gold are just peppering shots on target, reminding us a little bit of how Team Gray were playing earlier in the day. But Team Gray, of course, had a little bit more chemistry than Team Gold at this moment in time, in my opinion. That's probably why Team Green are looking like they're still holding out strong, even after all these shots are going on target. Ball. Now back over into the hands of Bluetooth. He's out of boost, and he has to leave it. But Cyanide ends up getting demoed on the back foot by Swept. Cosmic looking for the follow-up over to Taz. Taz trying to maintain possession. Looking to take possession now over to Cyanide. Cyanide ends up getting a 50-50, gets it past 2. Looking for the follow-up, isn't able to do so, and Cosmic will clear the ball away. Ball bounces out mid. Bluetooth looking for the shot. It's going to be saved away once more, and Taz, as the third man, ended up pushing up a little bit too far once again, so he isn't able to keep that pressure going. The main reason why you want that third man behind the midfield line is essentially just to keep pressure. You want your first and second man to be able to look for passes, look for demos, and look for solo plays. But if your last man back, which in that case was Tazaro, if you're in front of that midfield line, the ball gets chipped a little bit too high, you will end up having to turn all the way back to your own side of the field, meaning you've lost that pressure. When you're behind the midfield line, you're able to face forward, and you can fly ship for the ball. We talked about it in that first series, where as long as you're facing forward, you're able to beat people to the ball. Speed and mechanics is one thing, but in reality, the fastest teams in the world are there based on positioning. It's something we see in North America, where even the slowest players like Turbo Pulsa, like other players similar to him, even Taroko back in RLCSX, even though positionally even though mechanically they were playing fairly slow throughout the entire season, just based on how they position, they're faster to the ball than some of even the most mechanical players in the league. However, Team Gold still up by 1 goal here, trying to win this in 4. Ball back over to Swep. Swep looks for the shot. It's going to be saved away. Now back over to Cosmic. Cosmic pops the ball forward over to Cyanide. Isn't able to get back to it. Zaru over to Taz. Taz trying to maintain possession here out of his own corner. Looks like Taz is on 0 boost. Gets the 50-50 out mid. Bluetooth looking for the pre-flip. Isn't able to get the ball past Swep. Now over to Cyanide. Cyanide off the side wall. Back over to Taz. Taz runs out of boost as he hits the ball, but he tries to get the ball to bounce out back to him. Doesn't manage to do so. He runs out of boost, and he ends up looking to try and go for the demo as Bluetooth tries to get the ball. He gets beat. Zaru has an empty net, and Team Gold, with a minute left on the clock, take the lead by 2. Here we go. Looks like everybody who's voting on Team Gold is getting their wish. Minute left on the clock, and Zaru will end up getting the ball past the last defender. Minute left on the clock. Team Green have been in this position before, but can they tie it up this time? Cyanide tries to lose the kickoff back, isn't able to do so. Now back over to Zaru. Zaru over to Cosmic, looking for the follow-up, isn't able to do so. Now back over to Swep. Swep passes the ball mid. Now back over to Cyanide. Cyanide passes the ball mid to Bluetooth. Bluetooth looks for the shot of his own, but it's going to just be a pop-up. 45 seconds left on the clock. Taz looks for the pop up the sidewall, isn't able to get back to it. Ball's going to be back into the hands of Zaru. Back over to Cyanide now. Zaru isn't able to get the touch. Cyanide gets a missed touch. Taz has to get back to the ball. No, Bluetooth ends up saving his butt. Now back over to Swep. Swep Now back to Bluetooth. Bluetooth tries to pass the ball up to Taz. Taz looks for a shot. It's going to be saved away. Taz looking for a demo on the back foot. Isn't able to get back to it. Now back over to Bluetooth. Bluetooth looks for the demo. Now over to Zaru. Ball bounces out mid here. Bluetooth has a chance to put it on the empty net. It's going to be weak. And now with 15 seconds left, unless they can score right now, it looks like Team Gold might take this in 4. Cyanide looks for the shot. It's going to be off the crossbar. Taz looks for a demo on the goal line. Now Bluetooth has to score right now. Can he score? Ball pinches out mid. This could be a chance. Saved away by Zaru. Taz looking to pop the ball up, and the series is now over. Team Gold take it in 4.